Morning.
He was known
Watching this Trap Lord Ross video on
in New York.
Diddy.
And if you wanted to Melvin,
Pause. And he has a $1 million hit on Tupac. That's already so high for 7:50, not an AM. But yeah, let's watch it. Let's get into it. They're talking about it.
Zip. Okay. So Eric Von Zip was known as the PCP king. If you wanted liquid PCP, he had it. And he'd sell you it in like huge, allotments. Back then, guys were dipping, weed, joint into PCP, smoking it, and doing really crazy stuff. I guess.
Yeah, I never understood that. Why would you willingly smoke PCP voluntarily for fun, for recreation? That doesn't make any fucking sense to me at all. But hey, people are into different shit. For instance, Diddy here, we're talking about, he's into some different shit.
It's like kind of like a meth speed kind of thing, but it also has, the ability to make people violent.
So this is the sorts of people that Diddy's getting around him for protection, all right? So things are getting very serious and they're really spiraling out of control. Now, according to comedian TK Kirkland, a close friend of Zip, Zip had also been romantically involved with Diddy's mother at one point. So this was getting very conflicted.
Damn. Zip was banging Diddy's mom. No wonder people died.
Zip is one of the... Listen, when we would go shopping,
when my team pitched the idea, I thought it was impossible. A pan that sears like stainless, lasts like cast iron, and doesn't use toxic coatings, but it's real.
Zip would get in 20 cars before we got into the main car. Before we got to the
just jump from car to car?
We would go from car 10 blocks. I thought that was just in the movies when I saw it.
So he had cars he owned parked in different
Zip
locations?
had cars, my man.
Wow.
We would get in one car, do that.
Someone told me, I forgot who this was, said that before he passed, he was dating Puffy's mom.
Yeah, I thought that was a money grab. That's what I said. Motherfucker, that's exactly what I said. That motherfucker.
Oh, you talked about it?
Yeah, I said that motherfucker Zip. Because me and his sister is tight too to this day, right? I said that motherfucker Zip. Needs something.
I was wondering when they say that somebody had like 20 cars back in the day. I always wonder if they really did or if it's just like old heads trying to hype shit up about their like glory days. I feel like when I'm like 55 and I'm wearing a bucket hat or something, talking about my glory days, and then I'll be like, yeah, I had like 22 cars. I had 3 houses and a yacht. I'm just put on the Wolf of Wall Street, tell them that shit was me before I went bald.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Zip up.
So the king of PCP, Zip, all right, he allegedly was moving product all across state lines, and apparently one of his alleged West Coast partners was the Southside Compton Crips. Now, Keefe D, the man later fingered for the murder of Tupac Shakur, he would apparently, according to some conversations on Vlad TV, he would apparently essentially, end up revealing that he was basically with Zip, right? Keefe D was apparently with Zip when Diddy called asking for protection, and essentially he aligned Bad Boy with the Crips against Death Row and the Pyru Blood. So it became an interstate Crips versus Blood gang war, all off the back of Diddy linking up with these Crips, and basically Keefe D and Death Row all tapped in with the Bloods. It became Crips versus Bloods interstate. Okay,
before hit him up,
this is Keefe D breaking down.
Was Puffy approaching y'all for security and protection?
No, he had a West Coast. He had a West Coast tour coming up.
Okay.
San Diego, San Jose, the little areas, Anaheim, LA, stuff like that, Vegas. So he called when I met Zip. I don't know whether they had set this up or not, but Zipper came pick me up. We rolling up Greenleaf in our neighborhood, and his phone ring, boom, and it was Puff. And he like, you think it's cool to come out here and do concerts? I'm like, why wouldn't it be cool? So he like, the big CEO dude. So
Sugar.
Yeah, I like, damn, what's going on with y'all? He like, man, shit, you think it's just cool? I like, shit, just let me know the dates and give me some tickets. We had the Crips there, but I see he was trying to play us against each other. Crips, Bloods, you know what I'm saying? Sugar, Blood, we the Crips. So I guess that was his protecting thing going.
Okay, so you just...
So basically, all right, Bad Boy tapped in with a bunch of Crips. Death Row tapped in with the Pyrus. Diddy's over there in New York, but he's basically got this LA gang war popping off, right? And now bear in mind, all of this is going.
It just sounds so funny listening to Trap or Ross talk about this shit in his British accent. I think it's funny listening to him talk about anything. He'd be talking about some regular stuff. He's like, Diddy's got this gang war popping off all the way over there from New York. It makes the video more entertaining, I can't lie.
On while Tupac is dealing with legal situations, he signs his multi-million-dollar deal so that he can get out on bond. And when Pac bonds out, he immediately declares war on Diddy. All right, he declares war on the Diddler long before we knew how despicable the Diddler really was behind the scenes. He declared war on Diddy, Biggie, and the whole of the Bad Boy record label, and he accused them all of being involved in the Quad setup, or at least knowing who was, which arguably we have established is actually true.
Because they know the prodigal son has returned. I'm alive. The ghost is walking around. You know what I mean? And I'm alive talking. It was never a beef. It's only a difference in opinion. That's like me being mad at my little brother because he getting cash now. No, I'm not mad at that. I'm just mad at my little brother when he don't respect me. Now, when you don't respect me, I'm going to spank your ass. I don't give a fuck how rich you got on the block. I'm your big brother. I will break your big ass down. Everybody that thinks that I disrespected or I love my East Coast fans. I'm from there. I'm eating New York pizza. I drive New York Jeeps. I want to hear New York. But I'm saying, let's keep it real for a second. If you have the love of music that you are, study. Go back and study. Study why I would be mad. Study why I would be mad when half of the major New York rappers, or they managers, or they agents, or they somebody was there when I got shot, and nobody couldn't give you no information. Just study that. That's all I ask. If you're gonna act like you a gangster or a G or the king of New York, I'm expect that. And when you don't come through, then I'm gonna crush your empire, and that's what it's time for. It's not how
Yo, he was different, bro. He was different.
You might need to work on your mental game. When you're aroused, your brain releases dopamine.
So he said he's going to crush their empire. He said everybody knew what was going on. He said, I got shot in your studio. You're supposed to be the king of New York. You don't know what's going on. I see what's going on here for real. Now, okay, by the end of 1995, okay, at a death row Christmas party, apparently a record executive loosely tied to Diddy was actually interrogated and beaten by Suge Knight, Tupac, Dr. Dre, of all people. Apparently Dre was there, and several Pyrus looking for information on Diddy. Now, knowing Diddy, he might have liked that. He might have actually enjoyed getting slapped around by some by some real bad boys, okay?
Hey, Ross crazy. I mean, he did used to call everybody daddy. Some weird shit.
Mike Dorsey from the Murder Rap channel actually did an amazing job covering this on his channel. So let's hear what he had to say about this alleged incident.
So Suge allegedly has his brother-in-law, Norris Anderson, clear everyone out of the VIP room and then stand outside the door. And left in the room with Bell is allegedly Suge Knight, Tupac Shakur, Dr. Dre, a male black with gold teeth whose name Bell doesn't catch, so he's just referred to in this report as Gold Teeth, and two other men. Suge puts a chair in the middle of the room and tells Bell to have a seat, and Suge takes a seat in front of him. Suge asks him about Puffy and asks again why Bell didn't cooperate, and Bell tells him he doesn't want to get involved. Suge asks him questions about Combs' parents and where his mother lives, where Puffy's office is. And then this is interesting to me. Bell claims that Tupac would whisper into Knight's ear and he would ask more questions. So it's like Tupac is feeding questions to Suge during this interrogation. And during these questions, Gold Teeth offers his own input, which is hitting Bell on the side of the face. And he says, this is for the person who died, most likely a reference to Jake Robles, and we're going to kill you. And he or another person in the room also says, that was our homie that died. So Bell is beaten with fists and champagne bottles, and Suge tells him he's going to have to deliver Puffy. And Tupac says Bell is lying about not knowing where Combs was at. And one of the other men tells him, I could kill you now if Knight says so. And then Suge goes into the bathroom and comes out with a glass that Bell believes is full of urine. And Suge hands the glass of piss over to Bell, and lucky for him, Gold Teeth hits him again, and this makes him drop the glass, and at that point he makes a break for it. And he runs out to a nearby balcony, hoping to either jump off of it or to at least be seen and get someone's attention. But Suge and Tupac grab him before he can get over the railing, and he holds on tight, and it takes about half a minute for them to break him free, hitting his hands to get him to let go. But lucky for him, even though he doesn't make it over, the gambit works, because downstairs, his friend the photographer sees him, quote, spread out on the balcony, and he thinks he sees Tupac making a stabbing motion at Bell. And as they're dragging him back into the room, Bell claimed that Tupac is hitting him on the neck. So they get him back inside the room, and Bell's friend said that he saw Suge come back outside and straighten out a Christmas tree. Because, you know, Suge's all about that holiday spirit. So the friend decides that Bell...
all about that holiday spirit, man. So look, the man himself, okay, Mark Anthony Bell, he's apparently beaten up and robbed. And essentially, this is all just, you know, for not providing the information and as revenge for Big Jake, they basically just do a number on him and just completely just absolutely smash him in, man. It's crazy.
They go check it out. Meanwhile, back inside the room, the altercation turns into a full-on beatdown after they've dragged Bell off of the balcony with...
Man, Tupac really, this guy was different. He's in there with Suge. Got this guy tied to a chair. The guy tried to escape, and Tupac and Suge are the ones who run him down and grab him and drag him back. Yo, he was different. Motherfucker, it was crazy. Jumped on one of the biggest Crips in LA. Sees him in the casino at Mike Tyson's fight, and he just jumps on him and starts whooping his ass. He's the first one. That motherfucker was really about it.
Everyone hitting and kicking him and throwing things at him. And Suge supposedly says body blows only. And Gold Teeth puts Bell in a chokehold for a minute or two and says this is for our friend that died. And Bell nearly passes out and decides to just go with it, and he plays dead. And while he's on the floor, someone takes his watch off his wrist, and he also loses his gold chain and his wallet. And his attackers also consider taking his diamond earring. Altogether, about 30 grand worth of items and cash are taken off of him. Then they back off and he stands up, and Suge suddenly acts like the beating never happened. And he offers him money, allegedly saying, if you come over to our side, I'll make you rich. And you can be a part of this team. I can make you rich. Do you want to make 500,000 or $1 million? Do you have friends that could deliver? So it's like, you may not know where Puffy stays in LA, but I bet you know people who do. And then they hear people talking on portable radios, and they get the heads up that the cops have arrived. And Suge walks Bell to the bathroom and tells him to clean himself up, and that if he wants his jewelry back, he can call Suge tomorrow and, quote, we'll talk about it. Gold Teeth then asks Suge, should I do him? And Suge was probably thinking, what, I just asked the guy to clean himself up and call me tomorrow. Like, weren't you listening? So Suge says he's good. And Gold Teeth tells Bell, you're lucky that he said you were good. And I think Gold Teeth needs to just settle down.
So he nearly had this man murdered, right? Gold Teeth was basically ready to have him murdered. Now, off the back of this, okay, out of nowhere, very, very disrespectful, Suge Knight also tries to get back at Diddy by spending time with Diddy's ex, Misa Hilton. And basically, his son, Justin Combs, even ends up spending time with Diddy, okay? Misa Hilton, Justin Combs, and Suge Knight. That's her legs pictured to the far left. That's Justin Combs with Suge. Now, this is insanity. Okay, this is murder. This is murder talk. Okay, that beef was very, very personal. Suge is giving the springs in that sofa a run for its money. That's facts, man. He was a big man. But anyway, things would just continue to escalate from here. And of course, as you may well know, or you may not know, by July 1996, this is the summer of 96, and this is when Orlando Anderson, who's Keefe D's nephew, allegedly ends up robbing a Death Row affiliated Pyru for his chain.
I was surprised when a waiter smelled like Creed Aventus while I smelled like... So I asked him how he was able to afford a $365 cologne, and he gave me this. Apparently there's something called... This...
We like, oh, they worked that out. They worked that stuff. It was like quick. And we all came down. We came out the club. It was like the beef was squashed. We came down the dance floor, and we were walking out the Platinum, and it had a little atrium. And I'll never forget because it's I could see it, the tour bus across the street. We standing there, Suge's in front of with Puffy. They walking to the limo, hugged up. Jake and Wolf is walking behind them. All of a sudden, somebody started shooting across the street, and I knew Mark was at the front of the gates. Yeah, I'm like, I'm at the front. I know he was up there strapped. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Anthony Bell, he's apparently beaten up and robbed, and essentially,
I didn't even know I hit the one button.
He was a big man.
And Pac took off after Anderson came from,
as
if Trayvon told him.
Oh shit! I want to see this one. Damn, chill. I'm high as hell. I can't even click right. Maybe it's this mouse because I always fuck this mouse up.
To the fight. Orlando Anderson.
How far
One of the Bloods in Suge Knight's inner circle at Death Row, named Trayvon Lane, had a beef with a Crip rival named Orlando Anderson, which had reached a boiling point during a fight at the Lakewood Mall, just a few miles from Compton, where Anderson and some other Crips had tried to take Trayvon's Death Row medallion. From what I've heard from a couple of sources, it was decided after this incident that the next time the Bloods aligned with Death Row saw Orlando Anderson, it was on.
And they said it was on site. Right, and obviously it did end up being on site when they bumped into each other at the Mike Tyson fight. Months later, at this Tyson fight, okay, Pac and Suge's entourage, they end up spotting Orlando Brown, and they jump him right there in the MGM Grand Lobby. Man, beautiful lobby.
People who were there,
not quite the same person.
Trayvon Lane and the other gang members from Compton who were with Suge and Tupac as they came out of the Tyson fight spotted Orlando Anderson in the crowd. Anderson and his uncle, Keefe D, had picked up tickets from a Rollin' 60s Crip when they got to Vegas. But since they were scalped, the seats weren't together, so they had split up and agreed to meet back up at the hotel's food court after the fight. So Anderson was either on his way to the food court or had paused to see if he could spot any of his friends in the crowd when the Death Row entourage saw him. So Tupac then sees that his friends are kind of looking at this guy in the crowd, and he knew about the beef with Anderson, but he didn't know what the guy looked like. And this is where the infamous claim that Trayvon Lane whispered in Tupac's ear and then Pac took off after Anderson came from, as if Trayvon told him to go punch the dude, which I don't think is what happened. I believe that Tupac was simply told something like, that's the guy we've been talking about, and not realizing that Pac would just take off on his own and lay Anderson out. But that's what Tupac did, and most of it, after he'd thrown the first couple of punches and knocked Anderson to the ground, was captured on MGM security cameras. There's Anderson on the ground as the rest of Tupac's group joined in the beatdown. There's Suge Knight with a little kick that would violate. There's Anderson on the ground. First couple of punches and knocked Anderson to the ground was captured on MGM.
Oh, that's
security.
From the people's reaction. When
not realizing that Pac would just take off on his own and lay Anderson out.
What time is it? I gotta give this kid a ride. All right.
But that's what Tupac did, and most of it, after he'd thrown the first couple of punches and knocked Anderson to the ground, was captured on MGM security cameras. There's Anderson on the ground as the rest of Tupac's group to the ground. But that's what Tupac did, and most of it, after he'd thrown the first couple of punches and knocked Anderson to the ground, was captured on MGM security cameras.
Yeah, you can see
and
right
most of
here.
it, after he'd thrown the first couple of punches and knocked Anderson out.
He was looking before that.
But that's what Tupac.
Let me mute this too, because I don't want to hear this guy talk no more. I just want to see that. See, he turned real quick. She's looking that way. She already started moving, kind of moving away. That's Tupac? Yeah, I think that's Tupac, right? So he's looking this way, so he hasn't noticed anything yet. I think maybe he just heard something. And then she's about to notice. She looked like she was looking at a sign or a menu. And then she's like, oh, shit. Well, maybe she was watching it. I think it might have moved. It might have been by the other door. See if I can see a reflection. There's some mirrors right here. Let's see. I think he probably just snuck him because you could see he moves mad fast. He just dropped right there. He snuck him right outside the frame, and that's Pac. After he snuck him, you can see he probably just finished swinging a right and then circled back, and dude was down and everybody else was pouncing on him. Damn, Pac was always front line, and that's funny as hell. Only shout out Draco the Ruler, his only other, and he was not nearly as big as Tupac, not even close. Tupac was the biggest rapper, biggest star in the world, one of the biggest stars and the biggest rapper in the world, definitely at the time. And this guy's the one running up and sneaking somebody in the MGM. Didn't even know what the guy looked like until 2 seconds, but he was he was down for the cause. Tupac moved across the country and joined Death Row. And the motherfucker was frontlining for 11 months. They said he got out of jail in 95, October of 95, and I think he died in September of 96. It's crazy, man. Short but legendary run, man, but ultimately ended in his death. Yeah, so Pac just snuck him there, stomping him out.
On the ground as the rest of Tupac's group joined in the beatdown. There's Suge Knight with a little kick that would violate his probation and send him to prison months later. There's Tupac trying to get another kick in. There's Neckbone in black and Buntree in white with the hat. Both well-known guys from the neighborhood who were associated with Death Row. And that appears to be Trayvon, dressed kind of like Buntree in a white shirt and a fedora, but with dark pants instead of white. So casino security are in the middle of it almost immediately, shielding Anderson from the kicks. And then the Death Row entourage hightails it, led by Tupac and Suge. And the network of security cameras tracks their movement through the huge casino. This is an interesting moment as they're walking through the casino. Neckbone gives Trayvon Lane a little punch. Kind of like, we did it, man. We got him back.
We are the only individuals or organizations that go there to be able to help the people. In most cases, we have...
They're saying, hey, we got back, man. Get back has been achieved. And so this is where some of the diabolical self-snitching takes place, right? So according to Keefe D's 2019 book, Compton Street Legend, I've got some excerpts here in my little helpful little research document. Basically, this is when the Southside Compton Crips immediately started planning their retaliation. Okay, and this is an excerpt from the books I'll read you. It says, when I asked him what happened, he said them death row dudes rushed me. One of them dudes from the Lakewood Mall was running with that boy that started that stuff. A few East Coast Crips came over and asked if we wanted them to go with us. Nah, we're good. We'll handle our stuff. But good looking out. We appreciated their offer, but this was a matter we determined to handle ourselves. We couldn't let no record company, studio gangsters do us like that. Had they lost their effing rapping ass minds? On top of that, Puffy had already talked to me about helping him out with the problem he was having with them dudes. That was a double whammy. Then you add on top of that the fact that we helped Suge with the money to get his record business going, and the dude gonna bite the hand that fed him. Add insult to injury because Suge still hadn't paid Boss Man his money back, got too big for his britches, and stopped taking Boss Man's calls. Strike 3, homie, you're out. And then they would go on to basically discuss the $1 million bounty that was on Suge and Tupac's heads at this time. They were ready to collect. They said the South Side had not gone down to Vegas thinking about marrying Suge Knight or Tupac Shakur. We were out there to do what we've been doing in Vegas for years: eat, drink, and be merry. But when conversations would come up about $1 million bounty on the heads of Suge and Tupac Shakur, that was business. But after Tupac, Suge, and them death row dudes jumped on my nephew Baby Lane, that became ominously personal. While we were
This is Keefy D's book that he wrote. This guy's a fucking idiot.
waiting for the valet.
I forgot how much of a fucking he did interviews too. I've seen some clips of that recently.
To bring our cars, Zip seized the opportunity and called me over to his Benz. Zip was a big-time New York player, pimp, and hustler who had come out to California to handle his business and kick it with us sometimes. As I walked up to the driver's side window, I noticed that the rapper Foxy Brown was in the car with Zip. He instructed her to step out the car and motioned for me to jump in. Zip had a hidden compartment that he opened up. He reached in and pulled back a Glock, pulled a black Glock 40 out, and he turned to me and said, "It's time to get the money." Zip handed me the 17-shot pistol, which I promptly put down the back waist of my pants. I hopped out the car, held the door open for Foxy Brown to get in, and closed the door, and they pulled off. So once again, Mike Dorsey from the Murder Rap would summarize what happened next in great detail. He would basically explain how Keefy D and his crew followed Tupac to another venue, but left after being spotted by death row security.
And then the Crips and some of the New Yorkers, not including Zip, get into a van and a white Cadillac and go to Suge's Club 662, which is about 2.5 miles off the Vegas Strip, where Tupac will be performing in a show later that night. And that had been advertised. Everyone knew about it.
I was driving the van with busters. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 cars, go to 662. Yeah, the van and the Cadillac.
And in the parking lot at Club 662, the Crips lie in wait. But after a while, they decide to leave when they realize that police are there doing traffic control, and the Bloods doing security at the club are starting to recognize them. This claim by Keefy was confirmed by a former Compton Pyro named Mob James, who was working security at the door and spotted the Southsiders in the Cadillac.
I was out on the parking lot in front of the club. I see the Cadillac. That's Southside right there. They was parked like right.
So basically, they was on him. They was on his ass, as King Von would say, okay? And then after this, okay, after abandoning their original plan, they would end up changing vehicles, and that's when they ran into Tupac and Suge by complete chance. And according to Keefy D, Suge looked at them directly, and that's when shots got to fly him.
Terrence Brown, a.k.a. T. Brown, is the driver, and DeAndre Smith, a.k.a. Big Dre, is in the backseat with Orlando Anderson.
Stopped at the liquor store. I got out the van with the ass and jumped in the Cadillac. No, it was buster and scared.
So the van and the Cadillac part ways. And on their way back to the Strip, Keefy and Anderson and the other guys in the white Cadillac encounter Suge and Tupac and their entourage coming the other way.
We're like, there you go. Yeah, the U-turn. We wasn't supposed to make it. This was on the U-turn. It was in the middle lane. We just pulled up on the side, checked every car, see where they was.
And they catch up with the entourage at the next major intersection. And Keefy supposedly hands a gun to the backseat, which Orlando Anderson grabs. And Anderson fires the shots that ultimately kill Tupac and wound Suge.
He gave it to Dre. Dre was like, no. And Lane's like, yeah, pop. He leaned over on the window, rolled down the window, pop.
And then the Crips speed off into the night, and Tupac dies from his wounds at a local hospital 6 days later. So that's how Tupac was killed. And here's how law enforcement came to know this. First of all, the Blood gang members who are around death row, they knew that night that it was the Southside Crips that did it. According to Keefy, Suge looked right at him when the shooting happened.
You say Suge looks over, he sees you?
Yeah.
He looks right at you?
Yeah, he looked. Are you looking at that? I didn't know what he does under his 7 years old.
Suge and Keefy.
So he said Suge looked right at them. Okay, they knew each other from way back. They knew what was going on, all right? And basically, they knew what was on. Really, they were lacking. Ultimately, that is actually the cold, hard truth is that they were low-key actually lacking in this situation. Now, the LAPD would identify Orlando Anderson as the shooter, and they sent him to Vegas, okay? But poor cooperation between departments basically made the case go cold, okay? They basically were going to try and get him, and over the years, ultimately, all the suspects except for Keefe D ended up dying in unrelated incidents.
So police in LA are hearing stories like this from their informants, and then a gang war explodes there with Bloods trying to get revenge on the Crips. So Compton PD launches a huge raid on dozens of gang member houses on both sides of the conflict, trying to end the war. And Orlando Anderson is taken into custody, and they hand him over to Las Vegas police. They hand Tupac's killer over to Vegas on a silver platter. Just a few months after Tupac's murder, a Las Vegas Metro homicide sergeant told the media, "We consider Mr. Anderson to be a suspect in the shooting." So they definitely knew. But of course, Anderson denies everything, and Vegas can't build a case, in part, I think, because they didn't trust Compton PD, but also because police in Vegas didn't know anything about Compton gangs, any more than Compton PD would know about gangs in Las Vegas. And so the case went cold, and Tupac's killer walked free. Orlando Anderson was eventually killed at a car wash in Compton, barely a year and a half later, in a shootout that he supposedly instigated over a drug dispute. And he took 2 more lives with him when he died. Orlando's friend, Big Dre Smith, who was in the back seat with him, died from medical issues in 2004. And T. Brown, the driver, was killed at a marijuana dispensary in Compton in 2015, along with the shop's owner, in a double murder that's still unsolved. And Keefe lived to tell in 2015. Issues in 2004. And T. Brown, the driver, was killed at a marijuana dispensary in Compton in 2015, along with the shop's owner, in a double murder that's still unsolved. And Keefe lived to tell police about what happened a dozen years later. And after...
With AI,
you can create.
So they probably killed the shop owner
seconds.
This used to
because he
require
was
huge Hollywood
working the
budgets.
counter.
So he
they probably followed him into the dispensary, and then he just happened to be the wrong day for the owner to be running his own shop. That's what it sounded like. Or there was something wrong with. Nah, I doubt it. Yeah, unless he was involved in the dispensary and they both messed up someone's money. Who knows? That's just me speculating. I think it probably had to do with him. He probably got fired. He was the one who was in the car that fired the shots that killed Tupac and was a Southside Crip. I would say that he's more likely to be the target of gun violence than the dispensary owner, but you never know, especially in LA. That shit's crazy out there.
Apparently told the police what happened. Okay, he ends up getting arrested on drug charges in 2008.
Look at this guy in the background. This guy looking dumb evil in the background. See that guy? He looked like an evil member of Run DMC that we never met. Is he wearing a white bucket hat? It looked like it. Might just be the picture.
Ironically, he ends up negotiating a proffer deal, or he ends up negotiating a deal with the LAPD to tell them everything about Tupac's murder under an agreement. And it says Tupac Shakur murder suspect made a deal with the feds 14 years ago that could hurt the case. Dwayne Davis is widely believed to have spoken to federal authorities in Los Angeles about Shakur's murder in a deal in which his statements couldn't be used against him. But here's the ironic thing. Okay, here's the ironic thing. That immunity only applied to what he said on that day. So the Las Vegas PD began building a case using his public interviews, his book, and his confessions. Basically, everything he said after the proffer was self-snitching, and they built the whole case on him based on this. Okay, and look, you got.
I don't even know how I feel about that.
He did. I'm not
That's
trying to
such okey doke.
throw Vlad under.
You know what I mean? Like you were in the front of the car, you weren't the shooter, and like, but you agreed to participate in this murder, and they give you immunity and let you talk about it and tell the whole story and let you walk away. And then I guess you're old and broke and sick. Yeah, honestly, I'm not even gonna hate on this guy as much as I did at first. I was like, what a fucking idiot, you know? And he is a fucking idiot, but they definitely gave him an old switcheroo on this one.
The boss. I've read you the excerpts from his book where he basically broke it all down. He's got other interviews, Urban City, Art of Dialogue. They're awfully suspiciously similar to Vlad's thumbnails, but we're gonna let that go. Whole bunch of interviews, man. Whole bunch of interviews, okay? And then ironically, we'll just round it off with this last moment, man. Did he react into being asked if he put a hit on Tupac Shakur on the Breakfast Club, right? We'll answer it once and for all.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah. So we don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to even go there with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
But you listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you have somebody kill Pac? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah. No, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the way you're rubbing his head, man. The pen movements, the shades on, finger brushing his hair, visible nervousness, no eye contact. That man was extremely uncomfortable. Diddy didn't even let him finish the question. He responded hella fast and was rubbing his head nonstop. I've only done 1 year of psychology class, and I can tell you something ain't right. The quick smile after Diddy said, I appreciate you as a journalist asking, is called Duper's Delight. He went from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy to P. Did It. We don't talk about the nonsense, but when they brought up 50 calling him gay, he called that nonsense, but gave the conversation some attention. Nah, brother, you ain't ducking nonsense. That's just guilt. Dang, that looked kind of suspect when he started rubbing his head and stuttering. You know what would have been funny if they brought out a lie detector
I know
test.
that's what I'd be doing if I'm lying. I'm
Do a lie detector test right now live. It would have been the first time you've ever seen. Oh man, for anyone still not sure, Diddy raps about it in Black Rob's track Muscle Game. He says, F with me, I'll put $1 million on your head, erase you and your whole family, biatch. The way he says biatch was the way that Pac used to say it. Pac was known for saying it in that same tone. He was mocking Pac's death. What? I ain't gonna lie, there's some suspect lyrics on this track, Muscle Game, man. There are some very, very suspect lyrics on here. Diddy, he said, you see in this game, only the strong will survive and the weak shall perish. See, a lot of cats think with their brawn, not with their brain. Ha, come on, man. F with me, I'll drop $1 million on your head, erase you and your whole family, bitch. Come on now, that's muscle. This might be a diss. You think? Might be a diss to Tupac after his death. It's alleged that Puff P. Diddy put $1 million on Tupac, and the Southside Crips collected it when they shot him in Vegas after the fight. But he ain't done self-snitching, man.
Wait, Mark Curry was rapping too? I thought he was just
Bad Boys move in silence, not on this song.
Some fucking...
Not on this song.
Bodyguard.
You
He rapped to Mark Curry.
You're just going to wake up with a bunch of angels flying around your head. You feel me? You're dealing with another type of muscle. Okay? And this is verse 5 with Black Rob and Diddy. Now, being that it's all out war, I'm bringing more than that 4-4. Come on, take that, take that. Watch me dispose of y'all. Y'all fraud-ass dudes. Tape made me bored-ass dudes. Gun bigger than your sword-ass dudes. Now enter the ring, gun drawn, making moves like pawns. 2 at a time, coming for mine like it's on. CBS, he can't be serious. Finesse, he don't believe I keep a gun under the vest. This is crazy. And this is verse 6 with Mark Curry and Diddy. You think you can destroy this empire we built from scratch? You're stupid. I wouldn't care how ruthless your crew is. We got defense for this area. Try to attack mad dudes on the barriers. Just dying to blast back, bitch. There'll be no giving and taking. Definitely no breaking. Laws we laid down. Here's the situation. Severe torture is what those who offend us face. I show no love for a punk-ass dude we hate. Trying to pay me no brow and then come up missing. Happen to hard-haired dudes when they don't listen. I gave you fair warning about the danger you're messing with. A stranger invading a street corner is a goner. Try me if you think it's a lie. The attitude many dudes have, but in the process, many die thinking they can step to the block and bogart. I couldn't see it happening. Warned them first. Get the F out of Dodge. Collision. Diddy, this is our game right here. We ain't playing with you weak dudes. Come on now. I've been doing this for too long, man. If you ain't got the muscle, better have that hustle. It's 1999. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I've been nice too long. I'm going to start making you dudes disappear, man. First, I'm going to take your records off the radio. Then I'm going to mother effing erase your social security number, you know. Take your birth certificate out the file. I'm going to do that to your whole effing family. I ain't going to have no mercy on you. You understand? Come on, no Mr. Nice Guy. If you ain't got the muscle, you better have the hustle or keep your mother effing mouth shut. Biatch.
3 years this came out, 3 years after. You
tell me in the
Ross's face, man.
Biatch.
Yo, this British guy loves catching rappers in some type of crime. He just loves it. Look at his face. The satisfaction this guy gets from it.
You tell me in the comments, do you think Diddy did it?
You tell me in the comments. How much fun did I have exposing another rap murder? This guy's hilarious.
Diddy did it. Did the diddler did it.
Go to the comments, man.
I ain't gonna lie. When he had that one line, what did he say? F with me, I'll drop $1 million on your head, erase you. Bruh.
This guy made the revelation just now. Did he get this?
Bruh, did he, man? Just chill. Keefy D,
44.
If he's got any evidence that puts Diddy at the scene,
from a show. Oh,
might be throwing him under the bus. Or I'm bringing more than that 4-4. Come on, take.
Oh man, yeah. I didn't see this part. Oh yeah, he should have bring in more than that 4-4. Yeah. Make sure. Oh, kids don't grow. Motherfuckers can't be associated. Yeah, that's definitely talking about Tupac. Thought it was common knowledge. I mean, I thought so too. That's why I thought it was weird. This kid's like making a revelation over here. Okay, this guy didn't watch the video because he's asking if we remember when this thing happened that Ross showed in the video. That's talking about, yeah, Ross calls him Tupac. Tupac Shakur. KFD telling the story for decades. That's Pac, Kim Porter, those Jamie Foxx's mysterious illness last year. The hell's got Jamie Foxx's mysterious illness? I thought he had like blood clots or stroke or something. The hell's that got to do with Diddy? People are crazy on the internet. Let's see. When TLR was asking for scripts to apply to work on it. Yeah, yep. I saw this before. Funny than Death Row. Yep. Combination verse. How much we get shot, by the way? Oh wow. So much. Oh. So I put you too. Really seems like this guy does that on repeat 24/7, 365. Just getting free research out of viewers and nobody gets the job. Yeah, because I did the same thing for this guy. I wonder how many people in these comments or how many of the viewers have done free research for Ross and not gotten a job. Because I remember when I first started the process and it was like, oh, unpaid research position. It's like, man, this guy might be scamming scripts out of people watching because he want to stream and go to 6ix9ine's house and mispronounce Tupac and shit like that. And I kind of thought that might be the hustle that he's running, but I was like, nah, I don't think so. People would have exposed him or, you know, but we'll see though, you know. I think he's probably getting a lot of free research done by this hiring process. So, hey, man, that's cool. Shout out to him for figuring that little hack out, but I would hate the angle and a fake carrot to people over and over again just to not have to do more work. So it's been a room in the industry for a long time. Scared to speak about it, dude. Though he goes Tupac. He's dead. It's crazy if you know Tupac. You know he's a hustler. He never did gangbang. He was about his business. Yeah, he did. He was Mob Pyro once he joined Death Row. This guy does not know. He's talking about. If I can also remember Jimmy, something to do with the shooting 50 Cent. Yeah, Jimmy was an extortionist. Yeah, he was a tyrant. Yeah, guy was a gangster. Jimmy the Henchman. Yeah, he covered all that in the video above. Gold teeth, his hair in it. Gold teeth was bugging. All right, enough comments. Let's see. We watch one more. Yeah, let's see. I was gonna watch Midwest Safety. There's a little body cam footage going this morning. Wake me up. I'm so high and so tired today. Woke up at like 7 a.m. and I felt pretty good, well rested. That is pretty long, this one.
Scribe is how 4 million people
You know what?
processes
Yeah, we'll do this
into
one.
step-by-step guides. The hardest part of
In rural Stockport, Ohio, Sergeant Knowlton pulled over a driver for a left lane.
Stockport, Ohio. Huh? What that is? Stockport. Stockport, Ohio. Let's see if I can add that to the stream. Huh. Nah, I had to stop the screen share. Well, where is Stockport? Let's see. Probably by Cincinnati. No, it's like middle of nowhere by the border of West Virginia and Kentucky a little bit, but not too much. More just southeastern Ohio. All right. Cool. We'll check this out when I get back. I'm just going to run to the bathroom real quick. Man, I just got so hungry. What am I gonna eat? What am I gonna eat?
Lane travel and seatbelt violation.
Running a Corolla, you fucking bugging. You're gonna run from like a V12 Charger and a Toyota Corolla. You're highly ambitious. It's crazy. I pause this shit again. I always do this. Start again. You guys had to start this. That bullshit.
Cambridge, I just took off. I'll be in pursuit. Yeah, stand by. We're coming up on 376. Heading towards McConnellsville. Being northbound. One male. Currently at 68. And return on to Bebout Road. Boy, Edward.
Yeah,
Take a deep breath.
In 2019,
I had a Belgian waffle. Like, apparently on August 20th was the last time. I'm bugging. It's been like a couple months. I hadn't had one for like 5 years, bro. I used to go to IHOP in the morning, eat a Belgian waffle. It's been like 7 years. And I finally found a gluten-free Belgian waffle. I found out I was allergic to gluten. So I'm just excited about this Belgian waffle because I'm super high right now. Anyways, let's get back to this Toyota Corolla police chase. I want to see it from the start. I totally stopped paying attention. This guy immediately takes off.
Cambridge, I just took off. I'll be in pursuit.
11 a.m. So this guy's starting his day. I'm so tired right now, and it's 8:45. So this guy was starting his day out hot with the police chasing a Toyota Corolla through the fog, through the morning fog in southeastern Kentucky, Ohio. Could be quite a day. Yes,
Stand by. We're coming up on 376.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Heading towards McConnellsville.
I used to have this customer who used to deliver mail out there. He lived in Kentucky and used to deliver mail in this whole region. I used to love talking to that guy because he had the dopest Kentucky accent. They're like, hey there, John, I need a couple of new trucks. Figure I'd call you, see how you're doing, see if we can finance these new trucks. I got to deliver mail. Be like, okay there, buddy, let's get on and do it. That was probably my favorite customer I had.
Northbound.
I swear he
one male. Currently at 68.
Yeah, you did have a little
turn on
you're going to get surgery.
Bebout Road. Boy, Edward. Take a deep breath.
In 2019, Sergeant Eric Knowlton survived a deadly on-duty crash when a semi-truck failed to move over during a traffic stop and hit his cruiser. He suffered a fractured right ankle, a fractured left fibula near the knee, and a puncture wound to his arm. The truck driver, he suffered a deadly on-duty crash when a semi-truck failed
to move over during a stop. And his cruiser. Damn. I know he got a check. This is what I hate, bro. I'm trying to order this Belgian waffle, and it says it gets whipped cream, mixed berries, powdered sugar, and syrup. Sounds good. Then why is all that stuff available in the add-ons for extra money? I don't want to. I'm just going to leave it, and hopefully it comes the way it says it's supposed to. Probably just overthinking it because I'm high. I'm going to go ahead and order this Belgian waffle immediately. Yes, no update. All right, we got a Belgian waffle on
to
the
move
way.
over during a traffic stop and hit his cruiser. He suffered a fractured right ankle, a fractured left fibula near the knee, and a puncture wound to his arm. The truck driver, suspected of falling asleep, was sentenced to 180 days in prison. Sergeant Knowlton said that incident seriously affected my career, personal life, physical abilities, and mental well-being.
Now he's in.
Made a left turn. I don't see a road number or name.
Okay, should be Congressman or Chase Hill.
After seeing that he was in that crash, I really felt bad. I'm freaking out. I've been in that crash. Well, I'm
1198 Cambridge. I'm headed up that way, but I'm in Belfry. And did you advise Morgan?
Yeah, bro, I would hate to be this cop after the car crashes I've been in and stuff. I hate being in the car whether I'm driving or I'm not. If I gotta drive fast, I just don't like it anymore, bro. I'm not a fan. Be in the car with my friends and I'm like, no, slow down. They're like, yo, chill. I'm not doing shit.
Now it's time to talk him. If I can find you, just let you know, Morgan, put my partner on hold.
This right here is the titanium Always Pan Pro, the Perfect Pop Pro, and the Mini Perfect Pop Pro from our place. It's pure titanium, no harsh chemicals.
You guys going with the records? I'm guessing it's this river right here at the screen. Right at some point. Maybe it's that one. I don't know. Like the little escape. Nah, I take a little creek. I think it stops. He's going snake river.
Coming up on a Y, and we're making a right. I believe this is Pink Lookout. Something Lookout.
That's bad.
We still haven't passed any traffic yet.
I'm good.
On the Lookout Road, we just passed another roadway and one vehicle. And one vehicle. Cambridge, the male subject looks like he has glasses on and a cap. I can't tell.
1522. It looks like they're going to be headed back. On the
Go to the river.
They're headed back towards 266, I believe.
I think you can't get a good angle.
Cambridge, not advise it's a tan Toyota Corolla that matches the plate.
You're getting in a police chase in your own Toyota Corolla. Well, maybe you stole it, but just, I mean, getting in a police chase in general in a Toyota Corolla is just a misguided decision. And then it's in your own name. If that's what's happening here, this guy didn't think it through. He must have probably been doing drugs all night at 7:55 in the sticks in Ohio. Probably was doing meth. Got pulled over. Freaked out.
Working up to a stop sign that says 266.
I went by the track.
And they're in the stop sign. And they're in the stop sign. We're heading towards
1040. They're headed towards 60 or other Cambridge units. Come across 78, 83 south, and possibly cut across Hackney Road.
Speed is 80, and we're just went left to center. They're back in lane now. We're coming up on some fog as well at the 9.
That'd be nice to have, but not in this case. He's not going to go here. Where is back? Like 10 minutes away still. On this chase.
Speed 78.
I hit the donut. Where his name is Trooper Han Shoemaker. Trooper Han Shoemaker. It's a hell of a last name. I would be.
Cameron, do you have Morgan County units en route to him? Also, if they turn south, 60 will be Washington County.
This guy doing good in the Corolla. Thinking this
Speed 75, just past lane 11.
it's so rural. It's such a rural area. I feel like you probably could get away in a lot of chases. You take off, he doesn't get your tag, and you just duck off somewhere. Just saying. But I don't think that's what's going to happen to this guy. I think he's going in the river somewhere in here. Somewhere.
81, past the 12. Affirmative. Speed still 73. Subject's reaching for something. It's like either on the passenger seat or under the seat. And stand by, we're turning off Buckeye Acres private area.
He must know the area. That end does not know the area.
Right up.
Or maybe he does know the area and he thought, I'm gonna say fuck it and just go in the river. This guy ain't gonna swim after me. No, sir. So I don't know what happened. I think I turned my internet off when I paused it, but yeah, I don't even know when it cut off. But this guy just drove in the damn river, so we're gonna pick it back up
He's
here.
in the river, swimming away.
I don't know why he thought this was the way to
I'll
get
let
away.
you know if he makes it. He's not going very fast. White male with beard.
He's like, this guy swimming across the river, just park on the other side. He'll be right there.
You're not making it very far, buddy. See if you can get the SO on the other side there, in case he does make it. Looks like he's struggling pretty good. You might as well just come back. You ain't going to go anywhere. You're going to kill yourself if you don't come back.
Oh, wow.
If you have one unit over there,
Yeah, it's a pretty big
good.
river.
I don't think he's going to make it all that way. He's stopped.
Might as well come back. We're going to have people on the other side, too. You're not going to go anywhere. You ain't making it. You're going to kill yourself. He's coming back here, Dave. You might as well keep coming. I can't help you. You got to come back to the shore. He's not making it all the way across.
He said, help me.
Keep on coming. You got to make it back to the shore. He's trying to make his way back to us. I'm going to grab a rope. Come on, we're going to grab a rope, but you got to make it back. 1768's getting a rope. Cambridge, you better get he started this way.
He's fine. He's got his head above water. You gotta be on meth. You make it hear the noise this guy's making. He's like,
well,
it sounds like Chewbacca or something, bro. This guy's. Why did you go in the river?
Not sure he's making it back.
Help me, please. Help. Help.
Keep coming. You almost got it. Keep coming. There you go. You almost made it.
Help.
Keep coming. Keep coming. You're almost here. Keep coming. I get a stick for you. I can't get down there, buddy. You got to make your way back over.
Help.
Keep coming.
Help. Keep coming. Here.
Toss it here.
Here.
Take your time. I don't know if this rope's long enough, but we'll see. Taking my belt off. Don't climb in there for him. I don't want you to get that's awful deep right there.
Touch the bottom right there.
Are you on the bottom now? Walk this way. You're on the bottom. I see you're not swimming.
He ain't between us for a minute, I thought. It looked like he was swimming a whole minute ago. He's just going,
This way. Come on, walk this way. You're on the ground. Get the rope. Walk up to get the rope. Come on, buddy. You're already here. Come on.
You're not gonna hurt you. Come on. You want to get down and get you dry. Go get something to eat.
Get you something to eat. A bologna sandwich.
Yeah. You got to walk up to it. We're not going to kill you. We want you to come up here.
So we can get you dry and get you something to eat. They're going to give him a bologna sandwich between two pieces of bread. One piece of bologna between two pieces of bread. Trust me.
Who's going to kill you? Your girlfriend?
His
He's back
girlfriend's
where he
car.
got touched now. But he's just
Oh, yeah, she's going to kill you
Hey,
for
grab
sure.
that shoe. Hurry up. Grab that shoe real quick.
She's going to slow cook your ass.
Is that your shoe? You'll need that when you get out. I know. I'm just trying to get you come this way.
It's a high-octane matchup. Cowboys, Lions, Thursday at 7
Go
p.m. Eastern,
Cowboys,
only
man.
on Prime.
My energy
Go
bill dropped
Cowboys.
from $150 to $50 by doing this.
What is that?
My friends laughed at me when I spent $49 on a power.
In 1522, my partner was able to find some information for a possible significant other for the.
Although dispatch is redacted here, context indicates officials believe the vehicle belongs to the suspect's girlfriend. It appears they called her number, and she relayed her boyfriend's name is Austin.
Austin, what are you doing, buddy? Come on, let's go. You're touching the ground. Let's go. This is deep all the way through.
Yeah.
Here. That you can touch. I can touch it if it comes to it.
Come on, let's go get something to eat. Yeah, I'm hungry.
Cambridge, you better go ahead and get next available for the vehicle before it goes into the water
What's
too
here?
far.
All right, does he get out the river or what? I want to see. Just does he get out?
You're sleeping here. No, you're not dying. You're fine. You're just on some drugs and trending into water. We're exhausted. I'm tapping you to stay awake.
Yeah, I knew he was on some drugs.
Stay awake.
Yeah.
Maybe he can help himself get out of there.
So this one.
He still ain't getting this guy out the river. All right, man. Before this guy got out the river and went to jail and got that bologna sandwich. I got a Belgian waffle outside. I'm gonna go eat it. This has been fun. I cannot wait on this Belgian waffle anymore, so I gotta go. Oh, I'm in the stream.